this way. Just wanna make it go away. I'm falling down to pieces. It's probably just like a serotonin in my blood, and it's breaking me up inside. And now it's playing on your conscience, but I can't help but think there's no sense in me. Try my best to fill the emptiness, but it won't let me back.
Oh, okay, thank God. Hi.
Hey,
Sorry, I was having some difficulty with that.
no worries at all. So today,
Lovely to meet you.
you know, so how was the day so far, Marisa?
Yes, really good, thanks. Just mental. I was going through all of the orders for our pre-order for our new album.
Oh,
Where everything is right for our fulfillment company. So yeah, just spreadsheets. How about you?
oh, it's a fantastic day here. Thank you. And Marisa, your sophomore album, What Doesn't Kill You, is to be out on May 3rd. So would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production that goes behind this new album?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, our new album, What Doesn't Kill You, is coming out on May 3rd. It's been 4 years in the making, which is absolutely crazy to say out loud, but as many of you guys would have experienced yourselves, obviously we had the big lockdown and all of the challenges that came with that, especially for the music industry and independent musicians like myself and my band, where we were kind of starting out just as it hit. So yeah, it was kind of inspired a lot by that experience, as well as the breakdown of an abusive relationship that I got out of. And the whole journey of that album is basically a kind of addressing the process of grief and how it's not a linear process. You know, you can feel like some days you're making progress and moving forwards to mending yourself, and then you fall back the next day 10, and it's kind of the ebb and flow of that. And I feel like there's something that everyone can kind of relate to in their own way through whatever trauma or difficult time they've gone through. So I just hope that, I guess, like it helps others in the way it kind of helped me to process what I was going through, and that's kind of what we want it to do. So fingers crossed.
Fantastic, fantastic. And speaking on the album, 16 mind-blowing rocking tracks, beautifully written, great musicianship. Your vocals are totally mind-blowing. So thank you so much for putting up an awesome album this year. And as a creator, what are your thoughts on this album? How do you feel about the outcome?
Thank you so much for your kind words. Honestly, that means so much to hear. I feel like with every album as an artist, you're always trying to do better than what you did before, and that's definitely something I try to do, and I feel like we have done in many ways. And thank you for what you said about my vocals. I really pushed myself, especially in that area with this album. But also, like, the main thing that I'm really happy about with what we have with it overall as a sound is the rawness of it. I really felt like we managed to capture our energy as a live band, and also to not over edit and over refine it, like to make it feel like keep the natural grooves and things that we have within the songs, which makes it sound more like us and our sound, which is great. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous as well, to be honest, but about sharing it, because it's really vulnerable to me on a personal level. I feel like my whole soul's on display. So yeah, like I said before, I just hope that it helps some people along the way, and that people want to rock out to it as well, because there's definitely some faster tracks on there and heavier songs, as well as the sort of softer side to it. So yeah, exciting.
Beautiful. And last week you released the single Just Like Me along with the video. Would you like to tell me a bit of the making of this video and about this song in particular?
Yeah, for sure. So I actually always saw in my mind, ever since I wrote that song, how it would look. And to me, if I closed my eyes and imagined it, it would be like I'm sort of stood inside a vortex, kind of the middle of a storm, like at the center of a tornado type thing, like the chaos and the colors that come with that. And so when I was trying to imagine what I wanted to create for the music video to go along with it, I wanted that kind of feel, but also for it to portray the emotion behind the song and the meaning. So, and yeah, that's why we went with this rain theme.
Yeah.
And actually, the story behind it is that I wanted to do the video, but I ran out of funds when we were planning to do it originally. So I was like, right, when it comes to it, I guess we'll have to make a lyric video or something lower budget. But the guy who we usually do our videos with couldn't do a lyric video because it would take him longer than filming a video shoot. So I managed to haggle him down a little bit and get a good deal on the studio where we filmed it. And it was all just set in this rain studio, just me, pure performance. We did some cool stuff with like I got some mirrors and broke them, and so we kind of shot my reflection for some shots, and we used some crystals and things that refract light in front of the camera to kind of give it this dreamy atmospheric effect visually as well. So it's a really simple idea, but I feel like the song itself is one of the heaviest, kind of meatiest songs on the album in terms of all of its layers and everything going on. So I felt like it didn't need all of the extra stuff visually to make it feel big, because the song I think speaks for itself. And yeah, people seem to really like it, which is nice, and definitely gonna be pushing it more with it just coming out. But actually this week we've just finished off a crowdfunder for our album release costs that we've been raising money for, which is really exciting. And we're hoping to use some of that for the next thing that we want to do with pushing the album as well, but all that's to come.
Fantastic, fantastic. And would Just Like Me would be the last video from this album, or there are more from this album?
Well, but what I can definitely tell you is that there is going to be a song coming out, a single coming out with the album. It's called Borderline. So I think you're the first one I've talked to about this in an interview. So yeah, and there is a video to accompany it, and it's different to all the other videos. I mean, to be honest, I actually feel like every one of the videos we've released for this album has its own theme. It's not really been the same thing at all. Like they've all been quite unique, but this is quite a sweet music video, and it you'll understand when you see it when you hear the song. But the song, just to kind of give you an overview about what it's about celebrating what makes you unique and your weirdness, and sort of saying screw it if others don't understand it, and just being like, I'm me and I love myself and I'm gonna celebrate all of my weird traits.
Awesome, awesome. And any big plans on the day of the release on May 3rd?
So we'll be touring. Yeah, we're going straight in with our album tour. And actually we're doing a tour date the night before, so in our hometown, which is nice. But I'm also going to be doing a few days before the album release. I'm doing a little private listening party with close friends and family and some of the people that helped to make the album come together. So yeah, it'll be really nice. But try and do everything at the same time.
Beautiful. And I know you guys are going to have a UK touring this year, but are there any big plans to go on an international touring this year?
We are currently looking at that at the moment, yeah. So we've been lucky enough to get a new booking agent, Rich from Midnight Mango, who is doing a cracking job at the moment, and we've got more tour dates or headline tour dates to announce shortly. He's also pushing for us to get some support slots over in the EU, and looking at the possibility of doing some headline dates as well. But we haven't had anything confirmed yet, so I can't say anything just yet. But it's like number one our priority, touring as like the next step, because we know we've already got fans out there that want us to go and play there as well, but we just feel like we're ready now as well. But now we found our live sound thing, and what we're gonna do, we'd like to expand to new places, you know.
Fantastic. And any merchandise plans for in support of the new album?
Yeah, actually, we just announced it last week, so we've got a whole new line come in. I was keeping it under wraps for as long as I could, but yeah, I'm actually going to put in the order for it tomorrow, and it'll be with us ready for the tour, which is exciting. We've got some tie-dye designs as one of the main designs for the album to kind of go with the red and black smoke effect that's on the album artwork, as well as a couple of alternative designs and some that include some of the single artwork designs on them. So I think they look pretty cool. I'm really excited about the zipped up hoodie as well because we've never had one of those. So
Nice. And speaking of the band, your debut self-titled album was out in 2019, and now you have your sophomore album. So, how has this musical journey been for you so far?
oh, it's been crazy. It's been a roller coaster, but I feel like I guess in a way I feel like the band probably feel the same when I say that. I feel like I surprised myself in what I could do, and other people have surprised me as well. And the way that our fans have been with us and the community that's built around the band has just been such a beautiful thing to be a part of and see happen. And yeah, I feel like it's just a world of possibilities, and I have no idea what's going to happen next. And I'm just going to keep pushing forward and hoping for the best, trying to take over the world, you know?
And I know there has been a lot of great, amazing moments over the years, but is there something special that you want to share with me today?
Oh, about special moments. Oh, I mean, there's probably too many to count. Um, so I'll pick one that was recent, and it sounds silly, but it took so much time and hard work to get this new album together, and there was just this emotional moment when we mastered it, because we mastered it ourselves in the end, and when it was finished, and I was just like sobbing. It just felt like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just overwhelming emotion and happiness and sadness and like everything. Um, it's like my whole life has gone into this album, and me and the team around us, our crew, the bandmates, have just been working tirelessly on this and trying to push it. So yeah, that moment was really special. But then every show we ever do, every single one is so different, and they always feel like it makes all the hard work worth it, you know. I couldn't pick one favorite. I'm terrible, sorry.
It's fine. And are you feeling like you're living the dream or there's more to achieve?
I uh, I keep checking in with myself to remind myself that I am living my dream, because the truth is I am, and I recognize that. I can definitely I notice that I can get caught up in the work because I'm always so driven and so like thinking about the next thing and how far can we go, and you know, how big can we make this, and how many people can we reach, and how many people can we help, and where can we tour next. It's really easy to not just like sit in the moment and think, wow, like this is quite cool what you're doing, and you know, not everybody gets to do this, and I'm really grateful for being able to be in the band I'm in and have the people around us that support us and help make it happen, because we would be dead without them, honestly. But yeah, definitely I feel like I'm living my dream, and there will probably always be something more that I'll be thinking maybe we could do that.
And speaking of your vocals, you have an extraordinary, amazing vocal range, and listen to your vocals is totally beautiful. Do you go through some kind of classes or do you do a lot of training?
Thank you so much. So I train myself a lot, but after so during lockdown, I got really sick with COVID and completely lost my voice. I was actually a bit worried that I never get it back, even in a singing sense. But just before getting sick, I started getting some lessons to learn how to do distorted vocals. Because I kind of like tried to teach myself, and then I wanted some help to refine the techniques. So I got some more lessons with the girl, Gloria, that was teaching me. And every now and then, I actually messaged her last week, like, oh, I really want to try and find some time to get some top-up lessons, because I just feel like it doesn't matter what level you're at, it's good to get like check in with someone, because you can get bad habits when you're doing it all the time. I feel like a tennis player, like an athlete level tennis player, will still get coaching, right? So but in general, most of the work is the work that I put in, and I do just spend a lot of time singing around the house when I'm driving and trying to refine what I'm doing. I think being in the studio and having that time, taking the time to record the vocals and listen back and constantly check in, you can iron out a lot of the creases in that space as well. And I was lucky enough that I had a space at home to record the majority of the vocals, which is why I had time to play with different mics and different vocal techniques, and I kind of just got better at it, I think, from doing it a lot, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely push myself with the distorted vocals on this album, and the range, to be honest. There's so many different techniques going on there, but yeah, I mean, I feel like if you stop growing, you die, right? And it's how you keep it interesting. But thank you, I really appreciate it.
And what's next for Marisa and the Moths?
So, well, we were going to release the album, and I'm going to be pushing it with all my might. It's going to be, I guess, a busy summer of promoting it. I have plans, if we can get the funds together, which I think we should have enough to do it now, with recording acoustic versions, and I want to get some string players in. It's something we've done a little bit of before, but I would really like us to be able to do an EP of stripped or alternate arrangements of songs on the album that we're releasing, which will be something I plan in summer before we go on tour in the autumn. But also we're going to be reaching out to some other artists to see about doing some extra collabs and things, because I did one with Sophie Lloyd last year and that went down really well, and I definitely just like to kind of like keep building the community that's around the band, not just with our fans but with other artists that are in the same sort of scene, and because I feel like it's a really good way of reaching new fans as well by doing crossover work with people, and it's a good way of exercising my writing brain, so why not? Win-win. And then, you know, eventually when I'm ready, I'll start writing the third album. I'm like trying not to think about it too much, to be honest. I'm like, oh my god, where am I going to go from here now? But this is exactly like how I felt after writing the first album, so I'm gonna just go with it. It'll be fine.
Wonderful, wonderful, Marisa. And Marisa, finally, any message that you have for the fans from the world?
All I want to say is thank you so much if you've taken the time to listen to our music or watching the music videos. If you come to a show, it means everything. It's the reason why we're able to do what we do. We basically crowdfunded this entire album, and it's just been amazing to be a part of this community that's built around the band. And we just can't wait to share this whole album with you. It's such an important album to me personally and to the band. I hope you guys find empowerment in it and solace, and it just lifts you up, and we can celebrate it together at some shows very soon. Thank you so much.
Great, Marisa. And Marisa, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on the show. And thanks for this awesome album, What Doesn't Kill You. Like I said earlier, amazing work in this album, beautiful vocals, great musicianship. Everything is so awesome in this album. So I want to thank you so much again for this. And I wish you all the best and really hoping to see you guys on the road.
Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just let us know what show you want to come to. We'll sort it out.
You have an awesome day ahead. Take care of yourself.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.